I got my feelings hurt. And that was because we've been doing things for homeless people. And there was this one homeless person that you let come on the property, right?
Me, yes.
Yeah, that was you. And so he would cut the grass, you pay him money, this and that, and so forth. And so he kind of lingered, and then he disappeared, and he come back. And I said to you, I said, you know what, we don't need him to come back, right?
Right.
And then he would come back, and then you let him back on the property, and he cut the grass, and you paying him, and this and that. Then he wanted meals, right? Or he was like then he'd give us stuff. Like, here, I got this, food, and I didn't want to take his food and so forth. So then it was like, well, if he brought something, what kind of food did he bring?
Mostly bread.
Bread. And I'm not a bread person.
In my defense, part of our property is at Big Hills, and he would go up and down the Big Hills with a lawnmower in a minute. What would usually take me 30 minutes to 2 hours to do, he'd get done in 30 minutes. So I appreciated that.
That's a personal problem. You not able to get up and down the hills. So that's a personal problem. But let me go on that. So you let him on the property. So he started talking about that he was not homeless, but he was passing a message on, right? He had some sort of message. And so I look at him, I try not to be judgmental. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, you can talk. What do you want to say? Have you tried talking to the other people and, the homeless people? And he said, well, I tried to. So I try to be a producer. And I said, you know what? Well, have them come here, and then you talk to them, because whatever, that might be pretty good. He looked at me, but I didn't pick up. I didn't know what was what. Then when it got to the point, he scampered off and he went away. Then when we're going to have a homeless meeting, he scampers off and he runs away. But that's not really supposed to piss me off. So he sits there, and he was this person that's like, he started talking about how people wanted him sexually, right? Wasn't that what he was saying?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody would have sex with him. I'm still kind of slow. I don't know what's going on. Okay, he's like 20 years younger than me. Then he said
30 years younger than you.
Oh. How you going to sit there and change my age? Who in the hell died and left you with the birth certificates?
Well, you're 10 years younger than him.
I'm
okay?
not saying I'm 10 years younger than him or whatever. No. But anyway, so what I'm saying, so then he starts like, oh, I get these bumps on me. Do you have some calamine? And I wrote, oh, no, I don't have any, but I'll go to the store. Then he said he wanted, then it got him to calamine. Then he said, I need to shave. And I was like, okay. I said, don't you have your stuff? No, I don't have it. Now, mind you, you paid him. So he wanted calamine, he wanted shave, he wanted this. He wanted some sort of cigarette lighter. Then he said, do you have a little something for me to drink and this and that? And then he'd be standing up there cooking his bread. And I said, oh, he's offering us the bread. I didn't feel right about eating the bread, did I?
No.
Did I feel right about eating the bread?
No.
Yeah. I didn't feel right about eating the bread. So I said, okay, let's put some of our vegetables and meat with it because I don't want to take from him. So I'm doing all this stuff. This dude, so something said, wait a minute. He started telling me about this, something was on TV. And on the TV, they was talking about sex. And then there was somebody somewhere, I don't know, 3-4 rooms back or whatever. And then that person wanted to have sex with her. So I said, wait a minute, this dude think he's shake and bake. He got some night moves. But I said, but maybe he's just talking to me as if he's talking to his, mother or somebody. We go on. And then, time goes on. Then he disappears. Then he comes back. Disappears. Then he comes back. And I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking. Then something hit me. I said, this fool, I think, that's what it was. You remember what it was? I bought a seat. And he said, well, what you got that wood for? And I said, well, the seat that I have is, I'm going to make the seat bigger. This is going to be bigger.
Right.
And then he said, oh, yeah, because you black girls got big asses. I didn't say nothing. I didn't comment. Then he said that the woman that he was dating, the black woman that he's dating or that he slept with, he said, she a big girl, but she don't have no booty. I still didn't say that. Then he said, well, the mother of my kid, and she's a white girl, and she got a booty. I still didn't say nothing, right? I was silent. Listen, I'm like, wait a minute, this fool is thinking whatever. But remember I said that? I said something ain't right. Anyway, so he disappears, and we thought he was gone, and he just took off. And then we see him riding up, around in the neighborhood. But he started avoiding us. And remember?
Yeah.
And I said, well, something's wrong. Why is he avoiding us or whatever? And then what did I say to you? What did I say to you, Mike? What did I say?
You said he probably stole something. He was talking about it's real bad.
Exactly. Then, when he finally left town, he sent us the text saying Godspeed on the cell phone that we bought him. And he also said, I'm sorry. Then we went up there around the people, the homeless community or whatever, and they had said, he said he couldn't figure you all out. That's what it was. He couldn't figure you all out. I'm like, what the hell? Why are you trying to figure us out? We trying to help you. You the one homeless. You say you not homeless. You say that that rays were coming from another angles and messing with your head and stuff, and you busy trying to figure us out. Shouldn't you be trying to figure out yourself? So, come to find out, I said, you know what, this dude, it wasn't what he was trying to figure us out, because at first I said, what, does he think we're doing, we selling body parts, are we selling drugs, are we selling illegal pieces of wood or something? No, he couldn't figure it out, because this little thing thought that he could shake and bake me. That's what it was, because what did he? He slept with every single thing that was in the homeless community, right?
Every woman in the community, yeah.
And he boasted and bragged like he was the bad something, right?
Yeah.
That was an insult. It's like, you done lost your mind. This hair is gray, but you could snap off 20, 30 years. I wouldn't even give you, if I dropped my bag of garbage on the ground, I wouldn't even want you to pick it up. And it's just like, I'm looking at that as racial. What you got to say about that?
Well, I'm not sure about the racial part.
I think he think that all black women are, gonna smoke and choke. Mm-hmm. No?
He just felt that he felt that he was all that. Now let's go back to the TV. When TV had that sex scene, and he actually thought the person on the TV was talking to him only about sex. He also explained to us that someone was putting a ray at his head and trying to get his thoughts out. The guy was definitely schizophrenic.
Yeah.
And I knew he was schizophrenic, but I thought we could probably help him somehow by giving him work and other things.
Yeah.
Well, we failed miserably at that.
And I even bought him when he talked about, meditation and this and that and all that stuff, and I let him see one of my books. And he said, I'd like to see it some more. And I didn't want him to have the book because I figured that if he did, something, I wouldn't get it back. So I went and bought the same book from him and, said put our names in it and gave it to him, thinking that this would be okay if you're into, because I don't want to believe that people are thrown off. Well,
this guy here was thrown off.
Okay, but you come like that, but I try to make it like, okay.
She bought him a copy of the same book.
I bought him a
and he
copy
read
of
the book, but he didn't want to do anything with the meditation. He didn't want to do anything at all.
No, he was testing me out.
He didn't want to really read.
Let me say something else. Then he stand up there, be downstairs, and when he stand over there at the grill with his pinhead self, and he be cooking, and then he be calling, oh, dude, I need this, dude, I need that. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? And it's like, I got my feelings hurt, so now I backed up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like, how do you help somebody, and it just comes from your heart, and then they, just I hope that you get yourself together. I hope that I can do something to help you and make your life better. And then you go sit there and try to be judgmental. And then you're going to sit up there big as day. And you're busy trying to figure me out.
But wasn't the judgmental part.
My angle is.
The real angle part was that he not only was judgmental, he was trying to get other people to see that we might not be who we are. And we were dealing with the homeless community in a very positive way, getting a lot of things done. And suddenly it slowed up. But now we're back together with them because
Not me.
We were talking to them and getting things done.
Well, but my attitude has changed. So since I come and I have like this resume, and you're trying to, like the other day, the little homeless woman kept coming up to me and asking me about my car, and then she was like, oh, how long did you go on? And I'm like, what is this? Why are you so? It's a done deal, and I'm gonna say this much. I think when a lot of people say that, oh, they don't want to do nothing and this and that, and a lot of people have that negative opinion of them. Not all of them fit into that. And so people shouldn't judge them 100% as a whole. There are some people who are in a situation and they want to get out of it. And then there are other people that are in that situation and they're predators and they're shit starters or whatever.
Well, he was obviously a shit starter. Anyway,
Yeah, and you know what? And it's, you remember I told you, I said, oh, he got what you call that? He had a horseshoe with the, remember you said when we first met him, I told you, I said, it was something about his hair, and it was like really nice. He had a toupee. Remember?
Well, yeah, maybe so.
No, it was. It was like thick, and it was like thick, and I had never, because I look at people's hair, because, you know, my hair is all over the place. And so I looked at his hair, and I was like, wow, it's so thick, you know, and just so full. And then he, you know, he talked, remember, he lost his hat, and we
Right,
helped him
right.
get his bike fixed. We paid for the thing to get his
Well,
bike.
we did a lot of things for him.
And then when he came back around the second time, the hair was like, he had like receding hairline, a horseshoe. What? He took the toupee off. What?
All right. Well, anyway,
That should have told us right then. You dealing with a no-show with the brain.
all right. Well, anyway, I hope he gets the help because he is a schizophrenic. We don't know where he is now.
I was
He's
trying to
traveling.
help him with my vitamins
I know.
and you know, eating good food and
Right.
wheatgrass and maca, you know, to try to, and he was all into them energy drinks. And then, wait a minute, here's the other thing. Then he sat up there, big as day, and he said to us, I'm sorry. And we're like, what are you sorry about? I'm sorry I did meth. Remember?
I remember that.
And it's like, huh? Well, when did you do that here? No, I went away and I did mess. So it was one day that he was gone, he didn't come back. And he's telling us he's sorry. But we wouldn't have never known, would we?
No, and he didn't want our help to get him off
What
the
was
meth.
that about?
I don't know.
No, what's this that?
I
It's like
don't
somebody-
know. I don't know what's
Let me tell you, it was so scary. Somebody like that would go away, and then he'd come back, and then he'd say, I'm sorry. You sorry about what? Well, I just butchered and cut up 3 people. What are we supposed to do? That's right. Go. You go. Good.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. You have a good day. Bye.